We've just signed Alexander Isak to Liverpool Football Club, and guess what? The Swedish team decide not to play him in the international friendlies because he's too great a risk of injury. Is Alexander Isak Mr. Glass? Is he going to miss a whole bunch of games for Liverpool? We're going to look through these articles, and we're also going to take a look at his injury record and how many games on average per season he misses out on. I'm Lawrence on Liverpool, brand new Liverpool fan channel. Very quickly, I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. It's a personal goal of mine. Help me get there. So on Friday night, Sweden played an international match and Isak was an unused sub. He was on the bench, but he wasn't brought on. The Swedish manager chose Victor Gyökeres to be striker up front. Anthony Elanga alongside him. I didn't even know Elanga was Swedish. You learn something new every day. And he left this quote: "We would have loved to have played Isak. Everyone would want it. But since he had only had 3 training sessions and no preseason, and of course no match time, the risk was too great to use him today." Now, I'm sure he would have got some advice for the medical team as well. They would have checked him out, because if you don't even bring him on for the last 10 minutes when you're chasing a goal, when Sweden are drawing with Slovenia 2-2, that really says you don't trust Alexander's fitness. And of course, while he's been training at Real Sociedad before he went back to Newcastle HQ and then not with the team, so with just personal trainers, I suppose, that's never going to compensate for proper training where you are in match type scenarios, or certainly playing matches as well. The intensity is not there. The speed of movement's not there. The unpredictability in movement isn't there. Because if you are just training drills, your body is making certain movements that are not going to twist in awkward angles, right? You're not doing that sort of thing on purpose to your body. In a match type scenario, you may go in for a late tackle, miss it, try to adjust. That's when you twist your body. Or you might try to strike at a ball that hasn't quite reached you, that you wouldn't do in a drill, but because you're desperate to score a goal and you extend too far, you pull a muscle. These sorts of things happen in match type scenarios. And the best way to prepare for it is to play matches behind closed doors, either 5-a-side, 8-a-side, 9-a-side, whatever it is. You are still replicating a certain amount of the intensity and unpredictability of how you are moving around the pitch. So Isak hasn't had any of that for quite a long time for a professional footballer who playing at this kind of level and will have to jump into Premier League intensity all over again when he starts playing for Liverpool. He's not ready for that. And you understand why the Swedish manager is being careful. And I'm sure Liverpool are very happy that he's being careful. And they've been talking behind closed doors because Isak has quite a bad injury record, actually. We've just spent 125 million on someone who doesn't play at least a quarter of the games of a season. And I'm really curious. Tell me in the comments below, do you think Isak is worth the 125 million that we've paid for him, knowing that he is always going to be an injury risk? Tell me below. Check this out. Look at all the injuries he's had over the seasons. And if you come down to the totals, last year, he was injured for a total of 43 days across 3 different injuries, missing 9 games. The season before that, he missed 56 days over 2 injuries, missing 12 games. The season before that, he missed 107 days with 18 games missed. So, I mean, you could say at least season by season, he's missing less games and less days. But when your average over the last 3 seasons is 12 games missed, that is not looking good for Liverpool. It's not looking good for us. How do we manage that? Well, last season we had a brilliant injury record across our whole squad. And I think that's a combination of the medical team being excellent at identifying potential risks and communicating that to Arne Slot, and Slot being smart and sensible in how he's deploying players. Also, Slot doesn't like putting players in unless he's absolutely sure that they are fit and ready. What does that mean for the next month with Alexander Isak at Liverpool? Well, I don't expect him to start at least the first 2 games after the international break. At least 2 games. He can come off the bench for the last 10-20 minutes for Ekitike. Could he be starting the 3rd game? I don't think so either. I think he may then come in for 40 minutes with Ekitike coming off at the 60th minute. Maybe the 4th game, we may be seeing Isak starting if his fitness is improved enough by then, and Arne Slot believes, and the medical team believe, that the injury risk is very much mitigated. And then we'll see how Slot is planning this new look team. Is Ekitike still finding a space in the team? Or is it just a like-for-like replacement? Isak and Ekitike fighting over minutes for the rest of the season. All right, thank you for watching that. Once again, I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I'd appreciate if you help me. If you're still watching, maybe drop me a subscribe and help me on my way. I'll speak to you again very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.